Yes,
after a week and a half,
Justine,
so.
Nush was also nominated this week, and she seems pretty upset by it. Why do you think that is?
Oh, look at me! I'm Nush! I don't want to go! I don't want to go!
And then you've got to do the laugh at the end of it.
Almost spot on. But she gets to cry, baby.
She's not a crybaby. She is a bit of a tough cookie, but she's
The reasons they
gonna
gave
pull
was because
through.
she was far too self-obsessed. So let's take a look at this clip.
She always seems to cut in the middle of a conversation and take the conversation away from the person that's talking and focuses it on herself all the time.
Nush will kind of jump in all the time and kind of say, oh, but I remember me.
Nobody's talking to me, and I thought she obviously wanted the limelight on her.
Feds, is it me with her?
I mean, I never really picked up on that, I'll be quite honest with you. Yeah, when I was in there, I wasn't really listening to her.
That's the
It was
fair
all
point.
me.
Exactly, John, what do you think?
Well, if we didn't pick up on her cutting across people when there were 12 people in the house, I'm a bit surprised they're picking up on it now, really.
How do you
Nush
think,
in.
John, how do you think being up for eviction for a second week is going to affect her fragile little ego?
I think she'll cope okay. She knows exactly what she's doing in that house. Yeah, she's got a game plan worked out and she's sticking to it.
He doesn't want it to affect most. You know, he'll be petrified about leaving because
Do you think
being in the last four means a lot to him.
But do you think he'll flip out, or do you think he'll just keep
I think
it
he'll
cool?
be very
get nervous.
excited to get out there and just see what's going on and just like be back in it all.
Yeah, he's quite like childlike.
Yeah.
Not in a rude way,
It's
but he's really
mischievous. It's
excitable.
really cheeky.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll be nervous?
Oh, he'll be petrified.
Why?
Because he doesn't want to leave. To him, it means the world to him.
He wants to win, does he?
Yeah, he wants to win.
Who in the house that's there at the moment do you think definitely wants to win and who's not that bothered?
I think Ray actually definitely wants to win.
Yeah, he's the worst.
Yeah, and I reckon.
Nush wants it a lot.
Yeah, Steph might not be so bothered. Cameron might not be so bothered either.
I think Cameron wants it massively.
I think Cameron really is desperate to get it.
He's
Really desperate to
playing
get it.
such a game. Angela must be
He's being
talking
so
about this
horrible to
later.
Lisa as well. Every time she goes in the diary room, he's just slagging her off, and I just think that's
Because
rude.
that's because he feels that she's ignoring him.
Well, he shouldn't
Well,
be
then he
so
should
dull.
approach her. He shouldn't be
No,
backstabbing.
he feels threatened by Lisa.
It's not so dull.
That's all it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Listen, why don't we
It's
get the
because she keeps naming
expert
Chris Temple.
opinion? Why don't we
We've
bring
got an
over...
expert here?
Yeah, our resident psychologist. Here she is.
Angela Matanda, Angela Matanda, da 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 da. Not since the days of Freud has there been a song written about a psychologist, and I can't remember the Freud song. It's probably Ruth. Angela, how are you this morning? You all right?
I'm very well, thank you.
It's good to have you here. Now, if there's one thing that's going to get the housemates' heads in a spin, it's the drama of nominations. How must they be feeling now?
The three are feeling pretty rough, actually. I think, Ray has said, I'm pretty philosophical, but he protests too much. He did actually say that he wants to be down to the last four, so that shows something about his competitive nature. Nush is devastated. She wasn't really expecting to be nominated twice. This is her second time.
Yeah.
And she has kind of thought, my game plan's not working, because she's a bit of a pleaser. She definitely goes into that kind of, let's get friendly with everyone.
Yeah.
She mirrors the body language. She reflects what people are saying, and it hasn't worked. And I think this has happened because Lisa's come in and upset the dynamics. And Goss is bothered, but for different reasons. I think with Goss, he sort of found himself in the limelight, and he doesn't like that. He's very much into cooperation. He's very much into being non-confrontational, and now he's in the spotlight, and he has to react to that.
He's very much into pies as well, isn't he? It's got to be said.
It was a family round.
Right, a nice big family pie.
Well, as I said earlier, Ray seems to be taking it all in his stride, so let's take a look at this clip.
I'm going to be talking about this all the time because I don't just consume it in the last few days.
Well,
Just can't get on with it like it's any other week except for, Friday I'll deal with it when it comes to Friday. I'm just going to make sure that I enjoy the rest of these days. And, you know what I mean, so, yeah, I'm just going to enjoy them as if they're my last,
what do you think, Angela?
He's protesting too much. He's saying it over and over and over again. And we know when people repeat themselves over and over again, they actually mean the opposite. And did you see his body language? He put his chin on him like that. So I'm really quite down about it. So he's giving a sort of a double message about himself there.
Why have they turned on Goss? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
He's the man that feeds them
I
from
know,
nothing.
he was the silent kitchen leader, and now he has actually faded away. And I think with sort of the demise of people like these three here, who are very talkative, very loud, very big personalities, we've started to notice the other personalities in the house. And I think more importantly with Goss, because he doesn't like confrontation, he tends to damp conflict down, which has become quite unhealthy for that house. They need to sort of burst out.
The other thing is that Scott has moved into the kitchen in the last couple of weeks and has been starting to do a lot more cooking. And I think the rest of the housemates have realised what a powerful place the kitchen is.
Yes.
So they're trying to gain some ownership.
Well, why does Goss do that? Why doesn't Goss just sit back and let them kick off and have a good fight?
He doesn't like confrontation. I think he'd make a lovely dad, but in the Big Brother house, it's not working. You know, if he had a good old Barney, a good old screaming fit, we'll keep him in. But he's just too nice. And you know, even in the diary room, you notice he more or less sits on his hands. He's saying, I'm not giving anything away about how I'm really feeling.
What about Nush? Because I know that Steph's got a soft spot for Cameron, but you seem to have in your head that there's a bit of a Nush, Steph, Cameron love triangle going on.
Yeah, as Steph would say, there are three of us in this relationship. Because, Steph likes Cameron, Cameron likes Nush, Nush likes herself, and round it goes. And it's really difficult for Cameron. He's getting quite resentful of this. He's actually nominated Nush twice. Steph is getting resentful of the way Nush is behaving around Cameron, so she's nominated her as well. And Nush is kind of the outsider now. So it's a very interesting triad there.
John, sorry, go on, you say.
Why are we using the words Cameron and love triangle in the same sentence? I'm
He's a love god.
He has got
For the same
serious
reasons that
issues.
John and God go in the same sentence as well.
Yes, I know, John, you're a cult
Nice
now.
save.
I did say that.
Let's have a look at how Nush and Cameron have been flirting on the telly. On the telly.
What was going on there? Did he have an apple on his head and a girl in his bed? It's like the 18th century, sort of.
It was a little. But did you notice Nush? She was in the fetal position. So it's like, I've got into childlike. He was getting quite sexually aroused by that, but there was a lovely little shot of her. She looked straight at the...
I don't think anything. I think she was actually worried that he might have farted because her head was at the wrong end.
She looked straight at the camera. So it was a game plan.
Yes,
And
tactics.
yeah, absolutely.
You saying sexually aroused, Angela, really has made my day. Absolutely fantastic. So, I mean, we've got Goss's family here. Do you think Goss stands a chance of getting through this eviction? Is he going to be the one to make it or not?
Well, statistically, there are more women voting than men, and so I think, you know, more women are likely to vote a woman out. But I think, you know, it may be time for Goss to go because they've all said, you know, he wants to go. He's finding it boring. So, yeah.
Guys,
he's lost his role, basically.
Bob and Bill, you're Goss's brothers. Will you have anything planned if Goss goes this Friday?
Yeah, I suppose we're going to go out and have a good party and go down and ease up and have a good time.
When he comes out, I don't feel able to. I'm going to hold my breath.
I think Goss is going to stay, and I've got to say, I was right when I said that it would be these two booted out and not Cameron, and you said no, Ian, you got no idea. I won it once, I know what I'm talking about.
I think Nush could go. Finally, guys, who do you think is going to go?
I definitely think it's going to be Nush.
Right, listen, we're sorry, I must admit I was taking the mickey out of you, Kate, and I do apologise for that.
What, are you still in the impression of me?